random L or something.
Talalazov.
No, what we do is we remove the S and it's just tail of.
No, because it's just...
They weren't expecting that.
No.
Alright, we are 2 hours behind, or 1 hour... Oh, yeah, 2.5 hours, because somebody had to go to the bank.
Yeah.
So let's play some D&D.
How dare you go to the fucking bank. Bitch. Absolute bitch.
Okay.
Dungeons and Dragons, Dungeons and Dragons,
Hundreds.
and Dragons.
Jurgens.
Okay,
Jurgens?
that's all updated. Lovely jubbly.
Arrogance.
See, it says we only have 2 viewers on my side, so...
How many do I see? Yeah, I only see you and Sonny.
Yeah. Okay, so... Hang on, this needs to go up here.
At Twitch, why are you not coming up with the thing that I want you to come up with?
That's
And my PowerPoint up. Okay.
Okay.
I think I've forgotten how to DM. Oh. Right, so last we left our adventurers. This is where we begin. They had bought passage on a ship. Headed for a new land. I've literally forgotten how to words.
Well, to be fair, normally Sunny does this bit.
Yeah, Sunny.
Do you want me to do
yeah,
this bit?
Sunny, go.
Sunny
Okay. Before I do, Martin, what is that whirring sound coming through your mic?
Oh,
Say, still coming?
Every now and then it goes...
Can you hear it?
the static doesn't stop. Oh my god, it's so bad.
Okay, but see, now I can't tell who it's coming from. Alright.
It's
So-
Martin. We scienced it.
Is
Alright.
this better?
No.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
well, I'm not
Yes.
hearing the static then.
Yeah, it's better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Shall I?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. Stop recording. Start recording. Alright, so on the last episode of Tales of Elorien, we fought a bunch of bandits. We rescued the dancer, Alina. And then we left the town of Solus for the port-side town whose name I have forgotten, but we played around. Resh found a very important druid relic. He doesn't know the nature of it, but when he thinks of home, it points the way to him, and that's very, very touching and a nice touch. We purchased passage on a ship. We teased the tank, which he deserved, and then we all got on the boat and we were sailing. We left port at around 9 a.m. and it is currently about 7 p.m. when all of a sudden a fog descends over the ship and over the sea around us, and we begin to hear the sound of singing. Millie, what's going on?
So the singing you hear is actually not the singing that we have in the background, which would be cool if I could do that. Actually, yeah, shall we... I'll go and find that. But, so we...
Question in post, it's fine.
So you hear all of these singing. And it doesn't sound like it's in one particular place. It sounds like it's coming from everywhere at once. Now, what are you guys doing?
That's a very good question.
I'll take a look at the side to see if I can see where the singing's
Yeah.
coming from.
I send Pex up and I start looking through my familiar's eyes.
So you
See.
use Pex.
Yes.
So you two are on the deck?
Yup.
Yeah, okay. So you see, actually, Morph, give me a perception check. Pane, give me Pex's perception check.
Sure.
Creepy music.
Oh, that's not good. That is a 6, my friend.
Oh, okay. Even with Pex's.
Well, Pex only has +2.
Oh, does he? Oh, okay. Bless him.
Yeah, because it's wisdom.
Okay. Mortal, what did you get?
Oh wait, no, sorry, +4. That still makes it an 8. That's not
11. 11 and 8. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You see
Nice
mist.
gods have spoken.
Yeah, well, it's a bit hard to miss, but through the darkness and the fog, you actually start to see patches of light. And you can't tell whether it's in the fog or underneath the water underneath the fog. But it's definitely there. Now, at this point, while you're peering over, can the both of you give me a Constitution saving throw, please? Wisdom, even. Wisdom.
Wisdom?
Yeah.
Yes! That's so much better than Constitution. Let's see, that is a 21.
19.
A 19. Okay, so you are both safe from the thrall of the sirens. However, some of the crew members are not so much safe.
Oh dear.
You see a couple of them stumbling towards the edge with a dopey grin on their faces.
Oh no.
A couple of them are sort of really lanky elves. Some of them are very small little halflings. Most of them are human. And about 5 of them are going towards the edges of either side of this boat.
Boy.
Can I cast Hold Person on one of the people who are heading towards the edge of the boat?
Yeah.
Sorry.
That is a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Well,
So you have to be 14.
give me 2 seconds.
I'll try and tackle one or two as well.
Okay, so I have to beat a 14 on a wisdom saving.
Yes. Because that is my
I mean, I got a
DC.
4, so yeah, you get one of them.
Cool.
So yeah, you're okay for one of them. The other 4, and sorry, Morth, were you tackling one?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can go tackle one. I'll just roll. Give me a strength roll.
12.
Okay, so we 12. Do I have anything else in strength? Unfortunately, I roll slightly higher than that, so this guy sort of pushes you away, and manages to get away.
I want to get away.
Yeah, pretty much. So you see 4 of them, sort of,
Splish splosh.
yeah, almost. Yeah, 4 of them go over the edge. And you don't see much else. Captain Morgan comes out screaming, "What the bloody hell is happening here?" And he's just come out of the sort of captain's quarters, and he sort of looks stunned for a minute, and then is immediately just angry again. And he's going like, "Cover your ears! Everyone cover your ears!" And such and such.
What are we going to do about the people who went overboard?
There were people over. Oh, for fuck's sake!
4 people.
Oh,
I didn't get to say anything. Oh well, it's too late now.
Shouting across the deck.
I have Entangle.
your favorite spell.
That might have been handy.
And while all of this confusion is going on, you see quite a lot of the crew members scatter, and a lot of the passengers that you'd seen on before have tried to get below decks. And this goes on for about a minute.
Would Hal I would like to think that from below decks, Hal notices like the sound of men shouting and running
Yeah,
down into the deck.
Yes.
yeah,
I
pretty
think
much.
everyone is probably perked their ears up by now, yes.
Yeah.
I can make like a completely safe zone.
Oh.
What was that?
I can make it silent in a 20-foot radius.
Okay, you can do that, but I think your mic is popping off again.
Dying.
Me, really?
Yeah.
It's done the opposite. It's not static. You just
Me,
sound as though you're
really?
talking from the arse end of nowhere.
Fuck me, really?
This mic? How's this one?
Also not great.
This one.
That one?
Sure, I
Okay,
guess.
so I'm gonna assume that Hal and Resh and Alina were downstairs and were below decks, and he's just, I guess, we get up and actually, Hal looks around, he's like, I bet he's seen Pane. Shit.
You
And he leaves the
actually,
cabin.
Sorry, I wanted to stargaze.
as
okay.
soon as you sort of think about getting up, you hear a curdling yell. Like, it's a scream, and it definitely comes from somewhere below decks.
Below decks?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay, so all I hear is people kind of stomping around on the chair, so, on the steps, so yeah, like, he gets out into the hall and he just sort of, like, looks back, he's like, I'm gonna follow that sound.
Okay.
And, like, indicates below decks, but he's looking at Resh and Alina to see what they want to do.
Resh will follow, because he also wants to follow the screaming sound.
Alina?
Alina doesn't like screaming voices, but Hal is obviously capable, so she's gonna follow him.
Thank you. They go down, and we start, like, looking for a way below deck.
Okay, so you sort of go downstairs. Well, you are downstairs, and you sort of ponder around which way to go, and you decide that probably it would be wherever, down near where the hold is. And you sort of get there.
Yeah. I have a hand on, like, he has a hand on his, pick, not his full-on war axe, though.
Mm-hmm. And you get there, and you turn the corner, and you see in front of this sort of set of double doors, someone in guard's armor, face down, in a pool of his own blood.
Excellent. I pull out my war axe, my battle axe.
As soon as you find this person, actually upstairs, it gets calmer a bit. The singing has stopped so much, and the fog doesn't clear, but it's no longer as thick as it was before. What do you
Can I
do?
do, like, a perception check? Like, he's got his axe out, like, with two hands, and he's just, with one hand, and he's, like, going for his shield, but he's looking around, like, he's trying to listen and see. So perception of, not a lot, of 8.
8.
I see dead.
Yeah, you see a dead man, but you also recognize this man as someone who was on the ship before. His name was Anevar, and he was a guard posted on by the trading company. And because you were both sort of ex-soldier kind of guys, you had a talk, and you knew that he was posted on this ship, as all Ilvermorn trading ships have a guard on them, just to, make sure that the cargo gets there properly and that all the passengers are safe. And he is a half-orc.
A half-orc.
Mhm.
Okay. So he's down. Can I do... So within 8, I don't sense anything more important than that.
Not
so
really,
Hal's
no.
just gonna do... Can I roll investigation, or have I used my turn?
You can roll investigation.
I definitely get closer to him, like, to see where he was. Is the door open behind him?
No, it's not.
My investigation roll is only 13.
Okay, so you can tell, like, it wasn't just... It was definitely a physical kind of attack, but also that's sort of all you get.
Sure.
Should I roll a concentration check on the hold person spell upstairs?
You don't need to anymore because the
Okay.
singing has stopped.
Brilliant.
It only lasted for a very, very short while.
Well, that's good, because the spell only lasts for a short while.
Yeah.
Do we know what this guy was guarding?
Oh, Jesus. No,
You're
you
not down
don't.
with us. You're up on deck.
Yeah. I mean, no, you don't, but also, yeah, you were up on deck.
Okay. I don't know if Kitty or Isra want to go. I can keep asking questions, but...
Well, I'm hiding behind Resh, so Resh goes first. It goes Hal, then Resh, then Alina.
The only
On
good
the
shield
line.
is a meat shield.
My face is basically pressed up against Resh. If Resh has an instrument on, that's where my face is.
Oh my gosh.
You're nuzzling his
Aw.
lyre. Okay.
Yes, I'm like,
So is there a ladder? Is there a staircase? Is there anything leading further down into the ship?
No,
Cool.
just a
It's just
door.
a
it's just these doors.
Resh,
Yeah.
you should try the door.
Well, might as well. He's gonna go try
Or-
the door.
Okay.
Does he have? Wait, can he do? I don't know how it works. Even though Hal already did the perception check or whatever, you can.
Yeah,
do
I
it
think
too?
Kitty.
Yeah,
you can both
yeah,
do
you
one
can
as
do another
well.
one.
Yeah.
Please do
might as
better
well.
than me.
Yeah, it
Please
does not
do.
hurt to do an extra. Where's my 20? Here it is.
Please roll better.
Nat 20!
Okay.
Good.
So what are you trying to find out?
I'm trying to see if there's anything. Well, I want to look more at the wound first of all to see what kind of thing caused it,
Okay. So
because he is in his own blood, so I'm assuming there's a wound somewhere.
Yes. So, you, with your perception check, can't see the wound because he is flat on his stomach. Do you want to roll him over?
Yep.
Okay. So you sort of gingerly roll him over, and he's quite a hefty lad, so it takes you quite a while. But
My
when
poor tiny.
when you do it, sort of he slumps to the side, and you see that the blood was coming almost exclusively from his mouth and his eyes.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's magic.
Yep.
I open the doors. No perception check. I open the doors.
You try and open the doors, but they are very clearly barred from the inside.
Okay.
Oh, if only we had
Can
someone
I-
who could pick locks on our team.
How about we not
Wow.
do that and get in trouble by opening locked doors? Then I look at.
Alina's skirts hold many secrets.
And money. Mostly money.
Mostly money. Mostly money right now.
Can I like try to roll Arcana and see if I can figure out what kind of magic would do this?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Icky magic.
Where is it? It is. Oh, that's not good. That's a 9.
So you know that there's quite a lot of magic that, if it was applied in the right way, could cause this. Even your druid craft, if you cast it inside someone's body, could produce this kind of carnage. So it's quite open for debate as to which kind
Okay.
of magic this could be. You can't sense any like particular strain of magic, so
Okay.
Okay, so I can't open the door. I like tell Resh, like, okay, don't get too much of that blood on you. Step away from him now. I don't want anyone thinking you did it. He like puts his axe away. It's like, I don't want anyone thinking you did it.
Okay, he's going to do that really quick.
mm-hmm.
We need to go get the captain. We need to go tell someone that something's happened. Cool, we've got a murderer on board. Excellent. This is what I wanted. This is exactly what I wanted. This is great. Walking away.
Okay, so
I feel
you
like
three
Hal
go
really
upstairs.
likes the ocean in enclosed spaces.
So you three go upstairs.
I think so, because
Well-
there's a locked door.
Yeah.
Unless Alina wants to do something.
Well, Alina's not so interested in the dead people, but she is interested in very valuable things. And what's behind a locked door is usually valuable. So she's quite interested to find out. And she maybe lingers a little bit, but does follow you guys up. But she can't do anything by herself.
See, Hal doesn't really want to steal the thing, because then if they steal the thing and they get caught, the captain will throw them overboard.
I can swim.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice. Whoop-de-doo. It's almost, yeah, that's what he says. It's just like, well, whoop-de-doo, you can...
Okay.
We're all good
But I want
swimmers.
to know what's in the door.
So you guys go upstairs, but just as you meet, if you sort of meet at the stairs below the deck to the deck, you sort of meet the captain, and he crashes into you, and he goes, "The hold! Is the hold safe?"
The hold is safe, but your guard is not.
And he looks at you confusedly, and he runs.
No, we were just coming to find you, and like we go. If he runs, Hal follows.
Maybe it wasn't a guard.
What do you mean? I spoke to him. He has to be a guard.
Oh, right.
And
He's like, wait, what do you mean not a guard? What do you know? Did he lie to me? He wouldn't do that.
Oh yeah, no one would ever lie to you, Hal.
Never.
And
He's
you
walking.
run as well with the captain, and he skids to a halt in front of the hold, and he sees his guard, and he frowns, and he sighs, and he looks at you guys very suspiciously. He's like, "Did you kill my guard?"
It's fair, but no. We were in our cabin. I heard a yell, and I came down this way.
The captain looks at you, and he kind of... Hang on. Yeah, he buys it.
I should have rolled persuasion.
Well, yeah, he's also not particularly looking at you guys.
Yeah.
He's looking at... He's not particularly looking at Hal, because Resh has tipped this body over, and again, he realizes it's magic. And so... He looks...
It wouldn't make any sense for us to do this and then leave without breaking into the hold.
He looks at
I
the
can roll
hold,
persuasion on
and he...
Does the door look like it's been like someone's tried to pry it open or
No.
anything?
So Captain Morgan is incredibly familiar with his hold door, and he knows that it has not been opened or tampered with, which is why he's not panicking.
There's magic in the door.
Hal
Hal does not say that, but I did.
and he says to... Oh,
Yo.
God damn it.
it's just the house phone.
What was that commotion upstairs, Captain? Do they need help up there?
I thought that someone on board would use this opportunity. We don't often travel through the strait, and we have some particularly valuable cargo in the hold right now. Sirens. We have encountered sirens. And now
goody.
that I know that someone has tried to commit murder on my ship, I will not
I think
be
they
moving.
succeeded. I don't think try is the word, Captain.
No try.
He looks at
Do
you
you
as
not
you
there is
make
no
this,
try?
and he's like,
Bad kid.
no one here is not a suspect. And he sort of sighs and storms off, and the next thing, after about a couple of seconds, you can hear him stomp up to the top deck, and he's demanding for the bell to be called, the ship's bell. So you all hear the ship's bell. What do you do?
Well, I'm guessing that means everybody needs to gather.
Yeah.
Just goes like gonna head up to deck.
Mm-hmm.
Are we gathering on deck?
Yeah.
I think so.
I'm still up there kind of like awkwardly patting the shoulder of the guy who I stopped from jumping overboard.
Aww.
There.
He looks very shaken, but nods thankfully at you. So
Yeah, you better be grateful I waited a spell slot for you.
and the bell
I
is
don't actually
tolling
think
as you get onto the top of the deck, and as everyone gathers, the captain makes an announcement. He says, "There has been a murder in the village." No. He says, "My guard, Arnavar, has been murdered, and I am not moving this ship one yarm until I find out who it is. Damn the sirens, damn the food. Unless we find who did this, I am not moving."
I don't like that.
Let's kill the captain.
Please tell me she just say that out
Did you
loud.
say that out loud?
No, I whisper it.
Hal turns around and covers her mouth with his whole hand. Is like, shut up. Don't say
it's okay,
that
the
ever
captain-
Only
again.
someone had zone of truth.
The captain didn't hear that.
No, when he does see Hal turn around and just like muzzle.
Yeah, he looks at you quite suspiciously.
No.
And he says, everyone is to
No.
stay in their quarters until I have found who has done this.
Cool.
I don't wanna.
Right.
Well, too bad.
I don't wanna.
I don't care. You're acting like a child.
So what do
mean-
you guys do?
rather not be thrown to a watery grave. So I'm going to follow what he says for a moment.
Who are we all sharing rooms with?
Okay.
We don't each have our own, do we?
It's the 5 of us
We have
together.
Yeah, you are
We
all
have
in a
common-
single.
Okay, so we can regroup and talk about it. Okay.
Yeah, we can regroup and
We're
talk
all
about it.
bunking together.
Hal definitely wants everyone to just, like, go back into the room because the captain has said they should go back to the room. And you listen to the captain.
I'm gonna go back into the room, but I'm gonna leave Pex outside.
Okay.
Oh, good idea. The captain doesn't know that's your familiar, does he? Like
No.
that you can see.
I think the
No.
captain just assumes that's just a bird
Yeah.
It is a bird.
that has followed them, and he can't really like say no to a bird. So,
I mean, he can try.
I mean, he can try.
Bad bird.
Pex will understand what he's saying, but yeah, he's not gonna do it.
Yeah,
He's slightly fey, he doesn't care.
we all go back down into the room then, and Hal's just pacing. He's like, he doesn't like it. He's like, why are we stopped? Why would he stop the ship? Stopping the ship in Siren Waters, that doesn't make any sense. Fuck. Why? Fuck. And he's just pacing.
And also, Alina thinks, like, it's very strange that you'd have something valuable that you're supposed to deliver and then say, well, I'm not going to deliver it anymore. And she also thinks it's strange because, usually guards and captains, I mean, it's not as if they're friends, right? They're just paid.
You don't know that, Hal says. He's like, you don't know that. Depends on how long they've served together. I was a captain. Not of a ship. Fuck ship, but... Depends on how long you served. What was all that commotion on deck?
There was singing, and then 4 people jumped overboard, and the only reason the 5th one didn't take a topple into the ocean was because I caught him.
So they're
It was
dead?
weird. Probably. No one went and fished them out, so I'm assuming they either drowned or the creepy singing lady voices got them.
Well, we should go back up and check.
Sirens.
Yeah,
The
sirens.
Dead. Those sirens.
yeah.
When she mentions that singing voices made people jump to their deaths and get eaten by sirens, Hal just goes white for a second.
Pat his shoulder. It's okay, Hal. I'll make sure that, if you do get affected by the sirens, I'll cast Hold Person on you first.
He looks at her, he's like, I'd rather Scorching Ray, to be honest.
No.
Why are we on the ship again? Why did I agree to get on the ship again? Why did I do this?
Because the universe broke.
Why did I take 4 children on a ship with me? And then he just, climbs onto his bed. He's like, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving.
As you do
I got
that,
everyone to stop poking him.
you hear a knock on your door,
Oh no.
and it's
Come in?
oh, yes, sorry, and you see a small sort of hang on, let me get this right.
We didn't achieve anything. Don't sing that song.
No, I just
Tell
needed to remember what races I made for these NPCs. And you see a high elf walk into your room, and she's like, hello, and she has trailing behind her a shorter human female just behind, and she says, what exactly happened upstairs? We were below decks when this all happened.
I'm sorry, what's your name?
Oh, sorry, I'm Thabella. I'm one of the acolytes on the ship, as well as Azura here, my colleague.
Oh, okay, so these are the guys that I've spoken to
Yeah,
before,
yeah.
briefly.
She's like, that's very rude. We only talk to each other.
Your name? Don't do that to me.
And she goes, yes. Hi, Penny. Because you were upstairs when this happened, correct?
Yes, I was.
Could you just briefly tell me what happened?
Sirens happened.
Oh.
I want to do an insight check on Thabella. Because Hal did not get off the bed. Nat 20.
What is it you're trying to insight?
Okay, why she's wandering around knocking on doors when the captain specifically told us to stay in our rooms. And Hal's like Hal climbed onto his bed and he's literally just on his bed. He doesn't stand up.
Okay.
Odd.
He's just, are you peering at her from underneath the cover? Like, underneath a
from,
blanket, like...
No, he's not like in bed, but he's on his bed and he's like, he was laying on his back and then he like rolled over onto his pillow and he's just like staring at her and it's just this.
So with that
Why is
insight,
the elven woman wandering around?
with that insight, you know that the elven woman was sharing a room with a particularly douchey other passenger. And she's also intensely curious. Like, Fabella is an acolyte who wants to do good by everyone she sees.
Okay.
And so she just really wants to know what's going on.
Okay. Hal almost feels himself equate Fabella to Pane, and he goes, no. Bad. In his mind, he's like, no. And he just puts his face back down. He's like, no. Zero help, doesn't answer.
Okay, well...
Can I ask her, like, does she know if sirens normally occur in this area of the ocean, if that's anything that she knows about, or...
Yeah, Fabella sort of starts nodding along as she comes further into the room, and she shuts the door behind as Azura comes in. And she said, oh, yes, no, this is a very well-populated sea by sirens, but we also never get attacked by them. We've been on very good, particularly good terms with them for about 5 decades now.
How do you get on good terms with sirens?
You give them things that they want that, you know,
Like
doesn't...
people?
No, surprisingly not people. Shiny things. They really appreciate shiny things.
As soon as she hears shiny things, Lena's like, hell no, and puts her skirt up a little bit further.
Hal definitely looked at Luna when she's...
Hell
Like,
no.
how-
And yes, they are very protective over their shiny things. So I'm guessing that someone on board the ship might have something of theirs.
Hal is still looking at Alina.
Oh my... No, Alina's obviously thinking of the hold.
Mm.
What's in the
Oh,
hold? Come on, guys, we have to figure it out.
we do.
I'm saying this with my eyes to Hal, because Hal's the
Yeah.
one we have to convince.
Yeah. We don't say this out loud to the people we don't know.
Yeah. But also, I'm looking at Resh too, because Resh is magic, and I don't understand magic very well, but he knew it was a magic attack, and so I'm kind of like, I need to convince you.
So she says it's a shiny thing that we probably have something of theirs on the boat, and everyone just looks at each other and goes, What does Morth think?
Munch,
well,
munch,
everyone in the
munch.
party is a jewel in my eye, so...
We should just sit here till the captain comes round.
Oh my god.
Hal gives Morth a thumbs up.
I'm
Go
personally
ahead and
offended.
incriminate yourself. Feel free.
As you say, I think we should sit here until the captain comes round. You hear a commotion come from the deck.
The captain comes.
What do you do?
Or not.
I-
Let's go.
I use my familiar and channel myself into Peck
Okay,
and see what's going up on deck.
so as you channel yourself into Pex, what you see and what you hear, can you hear through Pex?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
I can see and hear what he sees. And
You
hears.
hear the siren song again. But this time,
Oh,
instead
shit.
of people walking over, you see a bunch of crew members go towards the captain. And they sort of shamble, a little bit like what you saw in the town of Solace before all of these people were taken.
Oh.
So what does Pane say?
Morph was already leaving when he heard a commotion.
I blink back and I'm like, the sirens are back and they're sending people to attack the captain.
Okay, I'm
That's
up.
what
I'm
it
up.
looks like.
Hal was halfway through calling Morth to come back, and then he hears what Penny says. He's like, "All right, fine." And he gets up.
Make for the
All I
door.
can imagine is Hal, like, getting up and in the middle of going, no, stop, so he's getting up and walking out as he's saying, no, stop!
Morth, come back here.
After
Get
I
back.
sit there, stare blankly at the wall for a couple of seconds and like come like, you know.
So
Penny.
Then offer Fred
you go
get
upstairs.
above the deck.
Hal takes off after him. He's just like, what the hell? And then
gonna
he
follow
sees
after
shambling crew members. It's like, fine. Fine.
Do we have anything that we could like stuff our ears with? We don't hear the stupid siren song. Let's have a look.
Maybe
What's in my
if Resh
inventory?
plays
Oh,
something
what
while
do
we
we see
won't.
when we get above deck?
So you see 4 crew members going after the captain, who very much doesn't want to hurt his crew, but also doesn't want to die. So he sort of,
Oh,
you know
Fair.
the Call of Duty Zombies thing where you lead them in a circle so
Yeah.
they can't attack you. He's doing that.
Hiding them?
okay.
He's baiting them. He's kiting them.
How far away are they from us?
I mean the deck of the ship isn't super big, probably about 10 feet.
Okay,
Don't you have that
I'm
thing
gonna
keep it
cast
quiet?
silence
Yeah.
on the ground right in front of me.
Oh,
Hold on.
That is not violent.
so many,
That's
so many
Silence
phone calls.
sounds like-
The sound of silence, 12-minute version.
Okay, so I cast silence. There's no save or anything.
Okay.
Everyone within
Be right back.
a 20-foot radius is deafened immediately.
Immediately deafened.
They can't hear anything.
Okay, so
Yeah, even people talking to them, right?
yeah.
Okay,
Which
you-
means
you
Morthel
cannot-
doesn't.
You cannot create sound.
Which means Morthel doesn't hear what Hal says to his back, because he's just, and he realizes he can't hear, because he can't hear his own voice. He just keeps going as he pulls
now
out
you
his
see-
axe. He takes down his shield.
Now you see what you've done there, Martin, is you've stopped any of us from being able to cast spells.
Yes, I've
That's
also
fine.
stopped them from hearing the siren song.
I mean, that is true.
Somewhat more important.
So
Time to
is.
begin a game of charades.
you cast silence,
The captain needs to be done.
and
We're pretty good at this game, though.
you cast
Yeah,
silence,
okay.
and the zombie shambles sort of falter for a little bit, and then they continue. And when they come round, you can see that they have an eerie blue glow to their eyes. There are no longer pupils nor irises in them. They are blank-eyed.
Well, this looks familiar,
No one-
doesn't it?
No
Rush
one can
comments.
hear him, but Hal says
Yeah.
shit really loudly.
Familiar. Why
Would I be
familiar,
able to
Resh?
use identify on them?
Does it have a verbal component?
That's a good
No.
point. Yes, it does. So no, I can't.
Okay, actually,
Put it
Hal
this
doesn't. I don't want to use my axe.
Damn it,
Axe.
Martin.
Can I? Hal, being that they have the blue eyes, puts his battle axe away, takes out one of his hand axes because it's much blunter.
Oh, no.
Mhm.
Can I? As the captain like does the run around again, the one the last zombie, he wants to like bash with his shield just to like knock him down. Can I do that?
Yeah, go for it. Give me an attack roll.
20.
What? Yeah,
Like
not nat. Or
Nat.
actually.
No, Nat. That's
Oh,
Nat.
a nat 20. Yeah, you do the thing.
And I want to grapple
Time to
him.
double those
Like
dice.
I want to just. I don't want to kill him. I wanted to grapple him.
So
Or
I thought
knocked
you
him
were.
down prone.
Yeah, you've knocked them down.
wait,
Have
wait.
you knocked them unconscious?
Oh, cool.
So.
So even though these people are deafened, they're still going after the captain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen this before, except it was green.
You can't tell her that though.
No. Fuck.
I'm gonna try and bash one.
I
as
know.
well.
I'm looking around, very confused.
Okay. Are you gonna bash one? Give me an attack roll.
Yeah. 21.
21. Yep. You also do the thing.
I look at Resh
That's
and I.
two of them down.
Okay. So as you two almost simultaneously go to bash 2 of these crew members down, give me what would it be? Like a reaction save, a dex save.
That'd
Dex
be a
usually.
dex save.
Okay.
13.
And 14?
Yep.
Okay, so you don't catch this crew member in time as he manages to, as you distract the captain by taking 2 of his crew members unconscious, and he starts to look a little bit relieved. The blade of a rapier sticks out from between his ribs.
Oh.
Oh shit.
And he looks incredibly panicked. And that crew member looks as though he's going to... The crew member pulls his rapier out of the captain. and looks as though he's about to thrust again. What do you do?
Throw my hand axe. But what does Panay do?
I was gonna say, like, I rush over and, like, whack him with my quarterstaff because I can't fucking cast any spells.
What about can does Resh have any physical attack?
But throwing the hand axe at him is probably better.
Okay, Sunny,
You
give
should
me an
do
attack
that.
roll.
Oh, I was gonna say, what does Kitty do?
Well, okay, so I was gone for a bit, so are we silenced and I can't use
Yeah,
any
we
Yeah,
can't
you can't use
spell.
verbal spells.
verbal spells?
Basically all of them.
Is there no way for you to drop the spell,
Again,
Martin?
not going.
Oh, no. I don't think this one is... Well, it doesn't specify whether it's verbal or not, it's just
Up to
touch.
10 minutes.
If it's a touch, then it... Yeah.
Touch
If it's
is
touch,
fine.
then I can try and cure the captain's wounds and pull him out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Pull him away from the one with the rapier.
Okay, so you can cure the captain as you sort of yank him away. However, the guy with the rapier does catch you as you do so for 4 damage.
Okay.
But you have taken the captain out of harm's way, and Sunny, you're throwing the hand axe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's not a lot. The modifier for thrown is Dex. Then it says +4. Okay, so yeah, it's 8. It doesn't.
Okay, yeah, the hand axe embeds itself into the ship's floor, into the deck of the ship. And there is still one more shambling crew member.
Okay, as my bonus action, I'm gonna draw my other hand axe. 'Cause I have 2 of them,
Go for it.
so I am still armed.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Okay.
I am fucking useless.
I'm gonna motion to Resh to get the captain below decks. Just
Okay.
motion down the stairs.
I'll go
then
and help
bash-
Resh.
I can do that,
And then
yeah.
I'm gonna bash the last one with my shield.
Okay. I mean, give me an attack roll, but I assume you just do it.
11,
You kind of trip him up.
12.
And he, strangely enough, doesn't get up after you do so. And you all hurry back down below deck.
I wanna drag these guys with me.
Okay.
As soon as I get out of the silence, I look at Resh to go, give me your rope.
Okay, I give him the rope.
I
A
start
little
tying them
reluctantly,
up.
but...
Start tying them up. It's just,
I'll just keep cutting lengths from the rope
Mhm.
as you go.
I mean, to be
I
fair,
wanna bind them up.
the way that the rope works is that you could keep just binding them around the mast or something, and then tie it off, and then cut it, and you'd still have rope. So,
That's a good
That's a
thing.
better
You should
idea,
do that.
instead of individually
Yeah.
tying them up.
Mhm.
Well, we're taking them below, so just tie them up downstairs.
Yes, wherever they're brought to, Hal immediately is like tying them up. And as he's doing that, he looks at Isra. I assume, not Isra, I assume Alina looks freaked out by the blue eye thing. He's like, we've seen this with green eyes. And then I look at Morth.
And Alina's like, is that supposed to make me feel better?
Well, at least it lets you know that we've seen it before and didn't die.
Death was an option?
Death is usually an option.
Yeah,
I
there's
don't know.
normally a time limit. I say normally, we've encountered this once.
okay, so you...
How long does it last?
I look at Morth. How long does it last? He's not going to answer me.
He's ignoring you.
he's just completely ignoring you.
He's still standing just
so-
inside the silence spell.
You you go downstairs, and where do you put the captain?
On the floor.
On the floor. Resh, give me a perception check.
Okay. I got... And then plus my modifier, 14.
14. Okay, so even with a 14, you can see tiny black veins traveling up the captain's skin.
Oh.
Shit. Not this again.
What do you do?
It's either so it's either poison or some kind of magic, and I can't.
Is he still got the blade in him?
No, the blade has been
No,
pulled
no,
out.
I pulled it.
Okay.
I followed you guys.
Is it? Do I know if it's magical or not?
Give me an Arcana check.
That is maths 24.
Well, with a 24, you know it's definitely not magical.
Okay, cool. No need to waste an identify spell then.
Can I see this black stuff?
More.
To see if
Get
he's
your ass over
poisoned.
here.
Resh is the only one close enough to the cat because he's carrying the captain right now to see it.
You said it's spreading out from the wound or just over him in general?
Well, if you open the shirt.
Time
Okay,
to
spreading
strip
out
the
from him.
captain of his clothing.
So with a dagger handy, do you have a dagger?
Me? I don't think so,
Oh, I
no.
thought you did.
I have a boot
I
knife.
have a
Hal is
dagger.
just like, what's taking so long?
I pass Resh my dagger.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then you can use that to cut open the captain's shirt.
Okay, doing that.
Okay, so when you open the captain's shirt, yes, where you see his puncture wound, you can see a black web of inkiness traveling around the wound and up his body. And in the middle, where it should be bleeding, it's turning into like a black gloop. And if you were to
Okay.
push that away,
I'm
you'd see stone underneath it.
Oh.
What?
going to cast Lesser Restoration on him.
Yeah, I was about to do the same thing, holy shit.
You have Lesser Restoration?
I do.
Druids.
You can do it then.
Oh my god!
To be fair, he's already wasted a spell slot on the silence. It's only fair.
I don't think Hal just immediately, that was not wasted. Let me tell you, that was not wasted. I appreciate that. You cast that again.
Okay.
It works for
Well,
me.
let the druid be the healer. Okay.
What could
Then-
go wrong?
In that case, then I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration. on
Okay,
him.
you cast Lesser Restoration, and you remember the first time that Pane tried to attack the homunculi in the forest, and how it fizzled out. The first magic missile she cast fizzled out on the homunculi, and you have to struggle to get this spell out. Give me an Arcana check.
Arcana plus my modifier. I have 15.
Okay, so you just push out this magic and into the captain's body. And it feels off. It's not the spell that you remember casting so many times before on yourself and on other comrades. It stops the spread, but it doesn't get rid of the poison.
But is he at least stabilized now?
He looks like he's breathing a little bit better.
Is he conscious?
No.
Okay, oh man.
It reminds me of the black magic that we encountered in the forest.
Hal immediately goes and starts he looks at Penny. Which door had the acolytes? Where's their cabin?
Do I know where the acolytes were
Yeah,
staying?
they're
then?
like a door down from you.
Yeah,
I go and I start
gesture
patting on the door.
towards- I follow Hal over.
Bang, bang, bang. Open.
And you see Farabella open the door and she goes, hello? Yes,
I lean
any
over
of you
Hal's
know
shoulder and I wave.
Do any of you know healing magic?
yes.
Okay, do you have any medicines with you? The captain's been poisoned.
Poisoned, you say?
Yes, it's Arcana. I don't want you to touch it, and I start like motioning like to Morth and Resh, like bring him down here. Let the acolytes deal with. And I tell him, let the acolytes deal with him. We need to make sure that those sirens don't get any more of the crew.
Okay, so as you, sort of saying this, you hear a voice from behind the two acolytes go, yes, I have some antidote. Could you show me to the captain, please? And
We're bringing him inside.
okay,
Who's that though?
and you see this tall, another half-orc, and he's dressed in scholarly robes. He has glasses on, he's got a sort of scraggly ponytail of dark black hair, and he's quite sort
It's
of
Brad Branson.
it's he's
Sorry.
he's quite built, and you can see that he's got kind of scraggle tooth from his orc ancestry, and it sort of juts out and gives him a massive underbite. And he leans over the captain, and from somewhere he pulls out a pair of gloves, leather gloves, as he feels around the poisoned area, and he goes, okay, I haven't seen anything like this before, but I do believe that this will help. And he goes back to his bed, his bunk, opens up a suitcase, a little briefcase, and he pulls out a little small glowing green tincture, and you can kind of tell.
Oh no.
It's alright. It's not the same glowing green as it was. This is like a soft kind of green, and not the like
It's a healthy green.
violently neon green of the berries. Although Morthel, you start to feel withdrawal symptoms. You feel a pang of want.
He gets a queasy in his tummy.
And it's very odd, because when this half-orc holds up this vial, it tingles. It has a crinkle tingles.
What is that?
The half-orc says, just something that I've been working on, and hopefully it will stop, if not make the poison withdraw.
Druidic magic?
Right.
And
Telling the truth. I want to make an insight.
give me
check.
an insight check.
Oh, like 21.
Wow.
Sounds so disappointed.
Yeah, you were like, oh, I was like, oh, okay, he's got like 3. No, okay. With a 21, you believe this man knows what he's talking about. He seems like a professional in sort of all senses of the word. Although a professional what, you're not quite sure. He doesn't seem to have any malicious aura about him.
Okay.
And he sort of leans over the captain's prone body and he uncorks this tincture, and you can hear it louder now that it's uncorked, and it sounds like chimes going off. And when he pours it, it doesn't pour like a liquid. It, for some reason, crystallizes as soon as it hits the air. And as soon as it hits the captain's body, it starts turning into bigger, chunkier crystals. And these crystals pale in the colour that they were. They seem to be leaching a bit of colour out of the captain's body, but it also seems to be catching a lot of the black. And you can see it recede a little bit from where it was covering him, but it hasn't got rid of it completely. And the half-orc sort of frowns, and he's like, might need some more work on that, but I believe this will do for now. This should be enough for another day, at least.
Alright, well, what is your name, Scarlet?
Oh, my name is Zarek.
Zarek. I'm Halid, and these are my companions. Thank you. Can we leave the
pleasure
captain
to
with you?
meet you. Yes, yes, leave him with me. And he hefts the captain up incredibly easily in his arms, and he lays him on his own bunk.
Good.
Can I search the captain's pockets to see if he's got a key or something for the safe, for the hold?
I like it.
downstairs?
Give me a
like
sleight of
That's
hand.
where we're going next.
I mean,
No.
all of Zarek's attention is on the captain, so...
I'm not. I don't even need to be subtle about. I'm not even being subtle about this. It's like we think he's got something in the hold downstairs that's causing this.
Zarek turns to you and he goes, "Pardon you?"
So we think that whatever's in the hold might be what's causing the siren attack.
And you think
So we're
that
going
gives
to go
you the
and
right to take a man's items?
Yes.
No, I'm going to give it back. But we need to make sure that what's in the hold isn't putting everyone else on here in danger.
Like,
What's
people have
putting
already
us-
died, dude.
What's putting us in danger is the fact that the ship isn't moving. Hey, we get the ship moving. Forget what's in the hold. The sirens are going to be there whether we want them to be or not. What are you going to do? Open the hold and then throw whatever it is overboard?
I mean, if that works.
It still won't get the ship moving.
Yes, I know, but we can get the ship moving after we're not in mortal danger.
We could get the ship moving and get out of mortal danger. He knew we were coming this way.
Who's going to pilot the ship? Like half of the people are unconscious upstairs, and he's
This
poisoned.
is true. There's not enough people to get the ship moving.
Really, I'm sorry. I have vehicle proficiency.
No.
Okay.
You might have vehicle proficiency, but not proficient enough to drive a 15-man galleon.
By yourself.
Fair.
I played
How
Puzzle
many
Pirates.
crew
I know how
members
many
are
crewmen
left?
it takes to drive a galleon.
You can't Captain Jack Sparrow Will Turner that shit.
I'm gonna
Try.
go check on the 3 guys that we tied up.
It's like, not with that attitude, you can't.
Okay, you go and
So
check.
can I just search his pockets?
Zarek.
Okay, alright, I will. I start talking. I like put a hand on Zarek and I'm like talking to him and I'm saying, what do you think we should do? Because if we go into the hold, I mean, what do you know about sirens? And I'm like turning him away from the captain. What do you know about sirens? What do you know about the
hang
things
on.
they
Alina
like?
comes and
Hang
stands
on.
next to Hal and smiles prettily at him.
God.
Hang on.
What's
At
going
Derek.
wrong?
You already got caught.
Give me.
Scholar, not that dumb.
Is it your relic? The thing in the hold? Is it from your
I-
convent, from your temple?
I
from
have
your
no relic.
school?
I am simply traveling.
Well, so are we, but the captain's.
Nobody's traveling anywhere in case anyone escaped that notice.
It didn't escape my notice. I want the ship to move.
He as he realizes that you're trying to turn him away, he growls at you and he says,
Watch as the party tries to make a mountain out of a mole.
and he says, the captain said we weren't moving until we find this murderer, so find the murderer. And he goes back to tending the captain.
What if the murderer's in the hold?
Okay, Penny, no.
There you go. Good job.
Fine.
He
Fine,
looks
I'll leave
he
the
looks
I pick up Penny.
he looks at you, Pane, and he's like, I expected better of a woman of your profession.
Wow!
I take the
fuck
wizard.
it.
All right, that's enough. That's enough.
No, put
Young
me down.
lady.
I need to.
Yeah,
no.
no,
No.
no, we're done.
Put me down.
No, he won that one.
No.
Dignity, let's
no,
go.
No.
Yes, out.
Not until I have the last word.
Dignity is overrated. Let her have the last word.
No, I think she's okay.
And
Her last word, I look at
Point her out the
Ali,
door.
I'm holding Penny and I look at Alina. It's like her last word will be scorching ray, and I don't want to deal with that.
Oh. Okay, that's
Only
fair.
Scotch and Ray a little bit.
No. Okay.
And the 2 acolytes in the room, other than Zarek, because he's just a scholar, they're trying to. They start getting a worried look on their face as they realize what Paddy is saying, and they try and herd all of you out of the room.
Good. We leave.
I want to ask the
Note
rest.
that every-
I want to ask the rest what he wants to do.
Okay.
Like, what should we focus on?
See, Resh would still like to, well, just go around and get to see who else is on the ship. But, I also just want to make a small side note that every single time Scorching Ray gets brought up, he scowls at Pane.
Never gonna let that go. It'll be like 3 years into the campaign, and I'll use Scorching Ray, and he'll be like, "Yeah, but do you remember that one time you?"
And
Did
we're
you use it on that?
You'd known her an hour.
Oh my god.
What's the deal with these
I feel like
guys
Resh
that
is
we
going
got
to be one of
tied
those
up
people.
then?
Pardon, Martin?
Yeah, the
You're
tied
being-
up guys.
You gotta check on the.
Yeah.
Okay. You go over to where you tied them up, and they are they're trying to struggle out.
Are they still blue-eyed?
Yeah.
Okay. I take out my hand axe and I look at the others like, do you want me to knock them out? Not with the blade. Do you want me to knock them out?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'm going to
There's
knock
three
them
of
out
them.
with
Can I
blade,
knock out two of
aka
them?
kill them.
Okay, so,
Uh,
in the...
Actually, Morph,
Resh is gonna pipe up.
As you,
Resh is
two
what?
2 seconds. Morph, as you get closer to these guys, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
Hey, really?
It will never leave. It will never leave.
Munch, munch, munch.
18 with an 18.
Mhm.
Okay. Sorry, your mic is going again. And for a split second, you hear the singing, and then it dampens down and down, and you feel like you can still hear it, but it isn't there. And that's all you can feel for now. And Resh, what was it you're going to do?
So in the first situation we had like this, we could actually trace some of the magic,
Mm-hmm.
like the color of it.
Actually, that's a good
I want
point.
Resh to try and see if he can pick that up again.
Okay.
Yeah, now that I can speak, can I cast Identify on one of the guys, and it will allow me to pick up the magic that's. 1 minute. Let me get the actual.
The exact spell that Resh just said.
Well,
Yeah.
no, that's a difference between like looking for it and then using Identify.
Okay, well, both of you give me, Resh, give me the Arcana roll.
Okay.
I was gonna ask one of them, like, questions, see if they respond.
Okay.
19.
19. So with a 19, now that you know what you're looking for, it's very easy to find. And you do see it. Small threads of blue and gold.
Okay. Do I have to roll perception to see if they're going in a certain direction, if there's any signs of a path like there was last time?
So this time, there isn't so much of a path. It is a circle around all of their heads. It doesn't lead to anywhere, but it's definitely binding them.
Huh. Okay.
Pane?
Yeah, so just a spell. So Identify will tell me like exactly what magic is. Learn the properties slash how to use slash whatever spells are affecting the person, item, whatever I cast it on.
Lol, joke's on you. I didn't make this up from any kind of spell.
Brilliant! You can make
It's
up what
thrall.
kind of spell it isn't then.
It's not Scorching Ray.
I'm glad to know that. So that is a unnatural 20.
Okay, can I ask a question to assist with that? Just, is it druidic magic?
It is not, no.
Okay, so it's not the same as the druid stone? Does it not feel like the druid stone?
It feels elemental. It feels almost like a raw magical element. When it's a druid stone, it's channeled through something. This one was not cast by someone who was channeling magic. This was cast by someone who is magic.
Sweet. That's what you get with Identify.
So we need to cast Identifying people.
Yeah, you can.
That's what she did, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can cast
No,
it. You can cast it
I
on
mean, if you want
creatures.
to find people.
Isra, you sound really muffled.
Yeah, you.
Let me try and adjust my mic.
That's better.
There, that's better. Okay, so when Morth tries to talk to them, what does he get out of them when he talks to them?
What does he talk? What did he say?
Asking them their names, where they come from, if they remember anything.
So you talk to them, and they hiss back. Whenever you try and get anything out of them, they snarl and snap like animals, and they sort of give me a perception check.
15?
15. With a 15, you can hear in between all of these noises they're making, "Give it back! Give it back!"
Yeah, okay.
Time to
What
go
did
to
you
the
get?
hold.
I want to go to the captain's quarters.
Ooh, good show.
Okay, you go to the captain's quarters.
I don't leave on my own. I'm not stupid. That's how you end up dead.
I'll
I
go with
look
you
at
to
the
Captain's
others.
Carton. I'll go
Captain's
with you.
carton.
Yeah. Shh, I'm on my second vodka. Go away.
Actually, wait. These three, I offer with my axe. Like, do you want me to knock them out with the blunt end?
Do it. don't want them coming back and getting free and
Because
attacking us later.
What I want to do is I want to knock them out, make sure the bonds are tight, and then lock them in our room.
Ooh,
Our room.
that's a good idea.
Yeah, well, because there's the acolytes in one room, there's a family in the other. I would rather they be locked up somewhere.
I say that that's a good plan.
Okay.
So you can lock the rooms. Okay.
I sincerely hope so.
I will be back in just a second.
If not, I think Resh can cast Earth Shape and just seal the door.
Shake all this earth.
There's gotta be. There has
I'm
to
going
be.
to use
Everyone
earth
has to
shape to
be
shape the wood of the boat.
Can then I look at Resh. Can you make vines to hold the door shut? Can you lock it with magic? I mean, I can just break the lock, but that usually makes things open.
As far as I'm aware, Resh does not have anything that would do that right now.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm gonna
He could
ask
try to
one of
break the
guys-
charm on a person again, like he did with Levna.
Sure.
Do that. Yeah.
Yeah, see if we can at least get any information out of what happened,
Okay.
or anything that they might have all been exposed to before the song. It might have just been the song itself, but in case it was something else besides the song beforehand.
Charm
Okay,
person.
give me charm.
Okay, so it is a. This is just save against my spell DC. So
Okay. Away it goes. Nope. Yep. Is that a wisdom?
it says
Oh.
yes, wisdom save.
Okay, 16.
Oh darn, that does beat it. Okay.
Okay, so, unfortunately, your charm spell slips off these crew members.
Fuck, no, cat. Shit. Sorry, my cat is trying to drink my vodka.
Okay.
Bobby.
Okay, so
That
the
is a
charm,
human drink for human people.
so the charm person failed.
Yeah.
Okay, are you gonna make me roll, or can I just assume I pop, pop, pop all through on the head?
Yeah, you just knock them out gently,
Whack, whack,
softly,
whack.
thwack them in the head.
And then I drag them into our room.
Okay.
I like
What is
tie.
the time?
Actually, what I do? Okay, so they're already individually tied up, and then I ask for more rope from Resh, and then I lash them to the beds. I
Amazing.
don't want them getting out.
At least they're comfy.
No, not on the bed. No, like on the floor with their arms tied behind them to the bedposts.
Kinky?
No, not that. Not spread eagle. They are sitting on the floor.
Wow.
Their arms wide.
Shit, now we know what Hal's into.
Ah! No,
Roleplay, man.
no. He's like so funny. He's angry. This is what I get for traveling with children.
Things Pane doesn't want to think about her adopted
I throw the rope at Patty. You bind their ankles. Then I'm done.
Oh, I should get the wine bottle.
Okay, where are you guys going from here?
We're just a bunch of alcoholics, cat.
I mean, I have it. I
Are we
might as well
going-
drink it.
Are we going to go down to the Bob? Why are you getting in my wardrobe?
I would go
are
to
we
the
going-
captain's cabin to look for a key or any
Yeah.
sort of indication of what is in the hold.
Let's go fucking turn over the captain's cabin.
Feel like we should talk to the family, but at the same time, I don't know if Hallie would want to scare them. They have kids.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
On this ship, everyone is a suspect.
It's true. The kids could be.
I mean, that is
Okay.
true. We should probably speak to them. At least,
Okay.
notify them of,
All right.
Yeah, we don't want them wandering about.
Okay.
Yeah.
If the guy's thralls break and they hear people shouting in the next chair. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I look at. Am I handling this? He looks at them and is like, "Am I handling this?" Before he knocks on the door, like, "What? Am I doing it? Who's talking?"
As
you can
you-
talk.
don't
as
You're
you
generally respond
stand-
to a
you're good at
tiefling, so.
sounding authoritative.
Everyone's talking. What?
As you stand outside of the door talking, the door actually opens, and the girl who's opened it is about 4 foot. She has dark, sort of grey skin, and you can tell that she has drow heritage.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
And she looks up at you and goes, "Who are you?"
Oh dear. Is she like a child?
Yeah.
Where's your guardian girl?
My mom and dad?
Yes.
Oh, they're just hey mom, dad, and she calls them over.
Good plan.
And as you do, as she does, the door sort of swings open a little bit to show you the inside of the room, and it's pretty much the same as everyone else's, except there seems to be craft shit all over the place. Like, just there are pliers and pieces of scrap metal. They're just everywhere.
Ooh.
And
How many people?
It's just those. It's 2 adults and that child.
Okay.
And you see a male drow and a female high elf.
Cool.
Okay.
That's an interesting pairing. I do not say that out loud. I explicitly do not say that out loud.
Okay.
The high elf kind of sees you looking at her husband weird, and she gives you a scowl.
Elle sees her scowl not at him and then like looks at Penny and is like, come on.
Well, to be fair, like I quite clearly have like half elf heritage. There we go.
Hal just looks back at them and then says, okay, we were all up on deck when the captain made his announcement. The thrall is... He looks at the child, he like hesitates. He's like,
And the high elf woman looks at you and just says, "No, go on. She's heard worse than this from me."
Oh, great. The thrall captured a few more of the crewmen. The captain is injured and 2 doors down from us, but the enthralled sailors, I mean, they're under a magic spell, so we didn't want to hurt them. They're tied up in our room. If you hear them moving around in there, that's what's happening. Please don't open that door. We don't know what's going on.
And she looks at you and says, I'm sorry, did you just tell me to not open the door if I hear screaming?
I don't know what that would sound like, but if we break the thrall, we'll come back and we'll let them out. That's the whole point of us not attacking them.
And we should trust that it is a thrall from your mouths because?
Come
You
have
can
a
go
look
in
at
and-
the 3 men with their eyes all blue in our room.
Would you like to go see them? I mean, we can. I would recommend not taking the child, because it's a child. She's a child.
She is indeed a child, yes. Hang on 2 seconds.
That's not suspicious at all.
I feel like Hal needs to roll persuasion.
Yeah, give me a persuasion roll.
Ooh, 9.
No, she is not convinced that you are telling the truth at all. She's like,
What about Alina?
I mean, yeah,
Alina, you can talk.
You can try and give me a persuasion roll.
If he
Alright,
sees her
yeah.
getting like really frustrated, he's just gonna back off and like, all right. He just steps away.
Okay, so let me find my persuasion. I have a +3 modifier, okay.
I have a +6 and I got 9.
That's pretty bad.
Oh wow.
I got 3.
Rolled a 3.
Wow.
Wait, 1 second. What is,
Persuasion.
D20 plus... Can I just, like, go to a random number generator? You guys can...
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Random number
Oh, and the bot can do it.
generate.
Yeah, the
Click.
bot does it.
Yeah, exclamation point roll 1d20.
I know, but there's so many things. I could just click a number. Okay, fine.
I need to send you some of my dice.
Oh, the bot isn't there anymore. Okay, wait. Tales of
It's,
Elorien.
yeah.
Bot channel.
I mean, I haven't removed the bot from any of our channels, so.
How the hell? We got a 6!
Wow, get wrecked.
You got a 6.
You guys are so bad at this.
Wow.
Yeah, she is.
Can Rush
doubly-
try, please?
Yeah, Rush can try. Wow.
Dude, this is gonna be so
Three
funny.
people.
We were telling the
Go with
truth.
it.
I know, and that's the
Telling
funny
the
thing.
truth.
That doesn't matter. You said it.
No,
so
I know.
Badly.
Okay.
Okay,
Hal.
I got a
Hal
17.
and Alina's like,
Hopefully that's
"Sure."
I was like,
17.
yeah, if you hear screaming from my room, hurry about. I promise.
Ignore the screaming.
Okay.
What does Resh get?
I got a 17,
So-
and then plus my modifier,
So with a 17.
makes it a 20.
Okay, so with a 20, she backs down, but because she's heard 2 other people say it so badly, she still wants to know. And she turns around to her husband and goes, Van, please take care of, hang on, I named her, Lucinda for us. I'll be back.
You should probably go in with the acolytes as well.
The acolytes aren't here. Oh,
They're
we
in
should
the other
probably go
room.
and get them.
share their room.
oh, right.
Oh.
Because so far being separated has been really bad.
And she sort of looks at you and says, I'll think about it, but I think I'd rather stay with my husband and child.
You'll want to barricade your door and lock it then when you get back, just in case.
Okay, well, take me to your room with
Yeah.
these tempered people.
Yeah. I open the door, go over to one of the guys and, like, nudge him with my foot, I guess.
He's solidly unconscious.
Got, like, an indent where I hit him.
Can we, like, lift up his
If you put your
eyelid?
hand on their eyelid, what do you
I'm not
do?
doing it. She'll think I'm insane.
I'm not doing it either.
Can I lift up their eyelids to show her the blue eyes?
Is Worf gonna do it?
Okay, so Panay walks over and you beckon over this woman, and you do in fact open up one of the eyes.
And it's normal.
It's not normal, but
Okay,
their
good.
eyes are bright blue, but not outstandingly so.
So they're unconscious.
And
We've seen this before in another group of people, and they lose all control of themselves, hence why they're unconscious at the moment.
and this the
If
high
you
elf,
see anyone with
the
blue
high elf
eyes
interrupts,
like this,
and she goes, "How was I to know that the blue eyes weren't there in the first place? This man could have had perfectly blue eyes. All I see is
I
three
open-
unconscious men."
I repeat the same thing with each of the 3 exactly the same shades of blue. Would be a bit of an outstanding coincidence. Listen, if you see anyone with blue eyes, stay away from them. These men tried to kill the captain. I'm sure your priority would be to keep your husband and your daughter safe.
Correct.
You need to go back to your room, barricade the door, and if you see anyone with eyes like this, stay as far away from them as humanly possible.
Else possible.
Okay, fine. And she goes and barricades herself in her room, and she says, when will we be moving again?
As soon as we're able.
As soon as we sort this situation out, we can move and all get off the ocean
And she looks at
and
you
be happy
and
on
says,
dry land.
"And who are you anyway?"
Do you know how to drive a ship?
What?
A few positions have opened up, is all I'm saying.
We're adventurers. We were just trying to get to the Sundown Desert. I didn't ask for any of this.
She seems to take this as an acceptable answer, and she says, "Just get it done quickly." And then she
We
shuts
will
her door.
do our best.
Yes.
And you can hear like the scraping of chairs and beds being put across the door.
Good.
Should we tell the acolytes to also bar up their door?
They at least know that something bad is happening, so I trust Zarek to, if not barricade the door, to punch anything that comes through it, including us.
Including me, I think you
Yes, specifically you.
mean. Okay, shall we continue on to the captain's quarters like we were planning to in the first place?
Yes,
Okay,
let's go.
so you sort of walk. You can definitely tell which one is the captain's quarters because it has sort of brass door inlays instead of the normal iron that you guys have. And it is locked fast when you try and open it.
Are there any other crew around?
No.
Specifically a first mate.
So they're all either in the room or overboard.
Yeah, all the crew are in their sort of bunks.
Okay.
Do I knock or do I just open it?
It's
There's
locked.
no one inside.
Can I hit it with my axe?
Give me a strength check.
I'm
This is
gonna
why we
try and
need a
stop
row.
Hal from hitting the door with the bag.
Hey, Alina, can you pick locks?
I don't think Alina has thieves' tools on her.
Isra?
Yes, I'm here.
Can you pick locks? Do you have thieves' tools or proficiency in
I-
said
I do, but I would have to look at my character sheet to see what my proficiency is. Let's see. Sleight of hand, I have +3. Stealth, I have +3.
Well, it will be tools.
Yeah, it'll be the
Oh.
tools.
Let me look real quick. My weapons.
So on the skill list at the bottom, there's tools.
I have a dagger and a longsword. I don't. Yeah, tools.
So, where your skill list is, where it has like acrobatics, animal handling,
Yes.
medicine, that sort of thing. The
Yes.
very bottom of that list is tools. Do you have any plus anything to that or any proficiency?
I'm gonna do control find tools, and the word tool does not show up on this page anywhere.
So for mine, I don't know if we're using the same
Wait a
set. It's
second.
on the
Hide
second page
weapons.
under proficiencies.
Tool language. One tool language. Equipment.
Down
Spyglass,
further.
Entertainer's pack. Armor, leather, languages, Elvish. Yeah, I don't have a tool section at all. I have all these other things. And equipment.
She's got the old Orc Pub version because I made this character a
Oh.
while ago. So
Okay.
I'll remake it in more purple and after this session.
I see.
Time to knock the door down then. Hal, after you.
No,
Well,
not the door down.
Okay, what do you want to do?
Well, let's knock on the door and see if anyone's inside.
I mean, we can go back and rifle through the captain's pockets, but I don't know how well
We
that will be
cannot
taken.
do that.
There is
We
a
need to get
crew
into this
and
room.
a first mate and other people on this ship. We
Yes,
don't have
and
to blast the door down.
Okay,
are they
let's go
going
find
to
them then.
believe us over the captain's orders?
Well, the
I'm definitely for blasting the door down.
So
What's Panay's skill? Laser ray? What's it called? Can
Close
Can-
enough, close enough.
can she use that on a door?
I mean,
yes.
Consi-
on
I would
the
assume the
wooden
entire
door,
ship
on
is
a
made of
wooden
wood.
ship.
yeah, I could use it on the wooden door on the wooden ship.
Oh, obvious problem there.
Yeah.
What about Resh?
go find crew. I'm gonna-
Something
We can
to
go find the
blast
crew.
door down.
Okay, Morth, we can
Yeah.
go find the crew.
Okay.
They ended up being with some of the ones that like went overboard.
They probably are. Yeah, like we haven't seen anyone who looks like a second in command.
No. So the 4 that jumped over, out of the 4 you've seen jump over, and the 3 you have tied up, that means that there are about 5 more crew left
Okay.
on the ship.
Did we ever rifle through the pockets of the 3 we tied up?
No.
One of them
We
would have
haven't.
been the first mate.
No.
We did. That's a good idea.
I mean, none of those sailors looked as though they could be first mate. They were all wearing the same uniforms.
Okay, fair enough then.
I take Morth and we go look for the other crew.
Okay. You go down another deck into sort of the crewman's area, and you can see quite a few rooms scattered about. So...
Perception check if I hear anything. Oh, I got a 17.
Okay, so with
Do
the
I hear
17
voices?
Yeah, you hear low murmuring coming from what could be the galley, the kitchen.
I go that way.
Okay, so you walk into this room, and the door isn't locked. You just sort of swing it open. In fact, it wasn't really closed to begin with, and you see about sort of 6-7 people in this galleon. 3 of them are wearing the same uniform that you saw on the sort of deckhands. One of them looks in a slightly more elaborate uniform, and the other 2 are quite obviously kitchen porters.
Would any of you know where the first mate is?
And the man in the slightly more elaborate clothing says, "Aye, it's me. I'm
Your
Corin."
captain was. All right. Could you come? Just stand over here for a second. Just talk.
Suppose what is it that you want to talk about?
Does he come away from the other other 5 guys?
If you gesture to him, then yeah, he will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he gestures.
Okay. He
Come over
looks
here.
to the other 4 and he goes, just wait here a second, and he
I
goes.
don't
over-
take him into the hall. I just bring him to the doorway just so that Hal can speak in a quieter voice. It's like, the captain's been attacked. He's currently in the same room as the acolytes and the scholar who we picked up with us.
As you say this, you can see the color drain from Corinax's face.
He was attacked. It was a poisoned rapier. One of your crewmen was enthralled. Like 3 of them are enthralled. They're tied up right now. It's the siren song. So the scholar is trying to help him. We need to. But when we spoke to them, they kept saying, "Give it back, give it back, give it back." Whatever is in the hold, I don't care what it is. But if we just give it back to them, we can get out of here.
That might be a problem.
What is it?
Oh.
Very heavy.
Very heavy. Okay, we can work with that. We have a wizard. We can work with heavy.
Sure, we can work with heavy.
Of course you didn't take levitate.
And Corey,
It was a choice. 1 minute. What level is fucking levitate?
Corey looks at you and he goes, "I want to see the captain."
Yes, then let's go.
And
Go.
Corey looks at the other 4 and he goes, "Just wait here. I'll be back in a second."
Back up again.
And yeah, you go back up to your room, and Corey immediately sees Zarek leaning over the captain, and you can see these crystals seem to have gotten quite a lot larger, and there are a couple of empty vials sitting on the floor.
It's a very quick day.
And Zarek looks at you and he goes, "This may have been an overestimation of my abilities." And you can see that the crystals are leaching out as much of the black as it possibly can, but the black seems to keep growing. Corey runs into the room and checks that his captain is still alive. And once he can sort of feel the heart beating, it seems to calm him down a bit, and he turns to you and he says, "Who did this?"
Whatever's casting the thrall is what did this.
Hey,
Oh, yeah,
the guy
just
is tied up
blame
in
it
the
on the
other room.
sirens. No, who did this?
In the other room, come with
Oh,
me.
in the other room.
And
Are we?
I take him and point out the one who stabbed him.
And you see him pull out a gun.
Oh shit!
Whoa,
And I just look at Morthen like you shouldn't have said.
I immediately slap it from his
Give
hand.
me a dex check.
Oh, that's a lot.
What is it?
Shit.
Like 20.
Okay, you get a 20, but the gun still goes off. You manage to misdirect the bullet so it doesn't kill this crew member outright, but it does get him in the leg. And Corey turns to you and he goes, "How dare you!"
I immediately get between Morthen and Corey, and I'm just like, no, no, no.
"We do not accept mutiny on this ship."
I know, but it's a thrall. He didn't do it because he's
They were
because
mind
he-
controlled.
I don't care.
It's magic.
What
I
it
don't care
is.
either. It's magic. Magic is shitty. Roll persuasion. Nope. 14.
Yeah, no. Corey is livid. He starts pacing around the room and he's like, "If the captain dies because of this, do you have any idea what this will do to our company?"
Do you have any idea what it'll do to any of us if the ship just doesn't move? And we just die out here? We have to get the ship moving, and we have to get it, and we have to be able to have the crew work the ship without being enthralled by those sirens. Give them whatever the hell it is in the hold, and it's more than every life on the
I
boat.
can't do that.
Why not?
We have a particular contract with people on the other end. If they figure out that we did not deliver their goods, we will not live to see the next day.
We
Well, we're
won't
not
live to
going
see
to
the end
let-
of today.
Yes.
Well, I'm not moving this ship. You can see what's in the hold, but you cannot. You will see. You'll just see. And he fishes out.
Alright, let's see it.
He fishes out his keys to the hold.
I take the keys.
Corey sort of sits by his captain, and you guys go into the hold.
Cool. Before we go in there, Hal pulls Morth aside and he's like, "Listen, it's rank. You don't get just be careful when we're dealing with ranks.
Let him execute an unconscious man.
That's why I didn't want you to say who it was. Like, don't. Just be careful with officers and their men. Just be careful. I'm not talking down to you, Morthal. I'm telling you, please be careful." Like I've seen men execute whole companies. I've seen companies stand up for a single officer. Just the loyalty is dangerous to get in the middle of if you don't know what you're dealing with.
I keep going to the vault.
Yeah. No, we keep going.
You keep going, and so you get down to the hold, and the body is still there of Anivar.
Oops.
And you can see the hold, the door. And do you open it?
I should think so.
Okay. You open up the hold, and you can hear a big thunk of locks being turned. And you can hear quite a lot of mechanics turning until they chink into place. And the door opens. And you walk in, and these two hefty, like heavy wooden doors, they open, and you can see in the hold, and it's almost like a warehouse in its vastness. It's where the ship should be hollow. There is, in fact, a sort of plank holding this incredibly heavy stone statue.
I think the Ark of the Covenant's in here somewhere.
And this stone statue, everyone give me perception checks.
But
No.
22.
22?
no.
18?
That was a 11.
11? Okay. No.
4.
4. Definitely not. Isra, if you roll for me again. And then plus whatever you have in perception.
Oh, nope.
Oh my god.
What was it?
Israel doesn't see shit.
Was that
Isra and I are.
Was that a nat one?
Isra and I see nothing.
Yep.
Oh, yikes. Okay.
Critical fail is what it is.
Okay, so only Morph
Israel
and
goes
Pane.
momentarily
Only
blind.
Morph and Pane can sort of feel this statue vibrating with a large amount of magic. And it's like overwhelming in its sort of the noise it makes, and it almost sounds like it's singing. And
Can I sense the same blue gold energy around the statue?
hang on, and you're
that was
concerned
around?
that you didn't hear it outside of the hold before now, because this is so loud. And how come your other party can't hear it? Why? And you guys are almost covering your ears with this.
Ooh.
And you can kind of hear over the singing, over the harmony of this stone, crying.
Pane, Morth, why are you doing that?
It's singing and it's crying.
You can't hear that.
No, I don't hear anything.
It's really loud.
Are you sure it's not just a magic thing? And I look at Resh.
And Risk got it with an 18, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You look at
I
Rex
hear
like,
it.
I'm not a fucking wizard.
I mean, I hear it. I hear it loud and clear.
Sorry, I didn't hear you roll.
Yeah, and then I look at Elena and I'm like, do you hear anything? Elena?
Yes.
Yes, you hear it?
Well, I think I hear something tickling my ears.
Okay.
No, it's like really loud singing, and then
It's
what's
a
up,
magic
like
thing.
weeping in the background.
Well,
So-
it's a magic
Doesn't
thing.
my
Now
one
can I
roll?
ask?
My one roll, I can't feel it. So,
Yeah, you can't. You and I can't
but I
hear
can
it.
hear it.
And-
Now can I ask, is there the same magic around this?
Give
that
me
was
an
around
Arcana check.
the thrall?
For who?
Let's roll this one. Oh, nice. That is a 22.
Okay, so you can tell that
Wow.
this statue is humming with that blue energy, but none of the gold.
Okay.
It's odd. You can almost feel two threads of blue. And before you can sort of go any further, you hear footsteps, running footsteps coming down the corridor. And the two acolytes, Azura and Fabella, sort of run in. And Azura is wild-eyed. It's not the blue. You can't see any of the blue, but she is crying you can see the tears dripping down her chin, and she, without any hesitation, runs to the statue.
I try to stop her. Can I roll something?
Yep, roll. Just give me an initiative roll, and I'll roll as well.
7.
Oh wow.
I'm going as well. since I'm
So
near the statue.
she deftly dodges out of Hal's grip, and Morph, you do it as well.
10.
And
Nope.
she manages just to slip under Morph as she gets to this statue, and she runs behind it, and you can't really see anything else apart from that. And Fabella yells. She screams out to her, Azura, what are you doing? And what do you all do?
We unlocked a thrall. We unlocked a thrall. I mean, I guess chase her? Because Hal can't hear anything. He's not afraid of this dumb rock. He goes after her.
Okay.
Because he's a smart boy.
Do the rest of you go after?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Yes.
you run towards where Azura has run, and when you go round to the back of this statue, what you see horrifies you. You see two humans, and you believe.
I knew it! I knew there were people in here! Okay,
and
sorry.
She just shouts that.
Which is interesting, because as you shout that, you realise that they may have been crew members, but they are also half petrified in this rock. This
Like their bodies are half rock?
What?
Mm-hmm.
The fuck?
This statue seems to be assimilating them.
Oh god.
Oh.
That's terrifying.
And
I shout, don't touch it at the girl.
And Azura just isn't listening. She has thrown herself on this statue, and she is
Oh, no.
crying.
Oh god.
I grab her.
Before,
Like, grab her to pull her
before
off.
you can do anything, you hear the whole doors click shut.
Oh, no.
Shit.
Fuck.
Fabella. Lock this in, I bet.
No, Fabella's with you.
Oh, okay.
Do we still have the whole keys on us?
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Azura is almost inconsolable, so you try and drag her out, but as soon as you do, you see a flash of blue appear by where you try to grab her. And it's odd, because as she's crying, it starts to sound melodic.
Oh no.
Is this statue making a siren?
That's what it sounds like.
Everyone give me wisdom saving throws.
Oh shit.
Oh, no.
Roll this dice.
Okay, let me try.
Yes! That is
Oh.
a 25.
22.
Uh-oh.
God, I suck.
2.
2 and oh no. Morph, what did you get?
7 plus.
12.
12 is...
Why are you all so unwise?
So everyone,
I got a 7.
everyone
Yeah.
apart from Penny and Kitty, you guys hear this song and it's so sad but so beautiful, and you can't
You're
believe
gonna
that
die here.
you've never heard anything like this before. And Fabella, hang on.
Even though Rush is a performer.
Fabella also doesn't understand that. God, it's just so beautiful, she says, as she sort of almost kneels in front of this crying woman, and no one apart from Kitty and Panay can move. No one apart from Resh and Panay can move right now. You are all disabled.
Hal's just like holding his
When I
head.
shake Hal, I'm like,
Which takes
why
the
won't you
opportunity to
move?
slap Hal.
Everyone, this game's so funny.
No! Don't do that!
No, like, I'm holding my head. I'm not holding my head. Did you slap me?
Oh no, I was joking.
Okay. What does Patty do?
I'm like shaking you to see if I can get you to like move or react.
Yeah, he reaches out with one hand, the other's still on his head, and he like grabs his wrist, and he's just, why? I mean, I got a 2.
Oh my god.
And in fact, Hal is also crying.
Yeah.
Hal, stop that. You stop that right now.
He like covers his eyes briefly, but it's not doing much.
Where's the silence spell? I do not have the silence spell, but silence would be
I
a good
don't
idea
have-
right now.
I don't have it either.
It's more.
Oh damn
It's
it!
more.
And then Morph is friggin'.
Is Morth crying? Is Alina crying?
Alina is crying. Morph looks like he
I'm
might
crying?
be
Oh,
crying,
no.
but he hasn't shed any tears yet.
I don't have silence.
And
Oh, I don't.
That's not a wizard spell.
as you hear all of this crying, one of the crew members in the statue opens their eyes, and
Oh, that's
God.
creepy.
it's
No, like.
they're not blue, but they are blank. And he looks at you two and he says, "Get away. Give it back.
What?
Get away."
Give what back?
Now wait a second. So these people, did the captain sacrifice his own crew to this thing? There was a problem earlier, and these people suddenly got into the statue because they didn't get there when we were on board and lost the whole time. What happened before
Well,
we were on board?
it could
Actually,
be
that's
possible
true.
that-
Have we seen these crew members before? When
Yeah, give me a history check. Yeah,
yeah.
an intelligence check. An intelligence
okay.
check.
Intelligence.
Okay.
I mean, same thing. That is a.
Yikes!
Math.
Yikes! Is
that is a
7.
14.
a 13.
17.
Okay, wait. Does this whole thing ever get anything?
Oh yeah.
So what you do
Sir,
is,
I've
right,
never
is
gotten anything.
you buy yourself some dice from Amazon.
I got a 7, a 5, and a 1. Let me try.
Orange Jesus.
RNGesus, this is not
Yeah, I
with you
rolled
today.
I got a 5, 7. See, you don't get anything over.
Hey.
Yeah.
So Pane, you got a 13.
14.
A 14. Okay, so you vaguely remember. You don't remember their names, but you think you remember one of them being in the nest when you were leaving harbor.
Okay, so this is more of a recent development than something that happened prior to us getting on the ship.
Mhm.
Okay.
Rush has an
So
idea.
that means the store was open at some point in time then.
They were
It's just-
they were sent down here or something, or who knows? Who cares? It's terrifying. I don't like it.
What's Resh's idea?
Or at least for an idea for how they got in here. Assuming that the statue had reached out and enthralled these two crew members, the guard would have had keys to the hold. Either they or the guard overtook the guard, they get inside, the door clicks shut behind them just like it did with us.
So you think they're the ones who bashed the guard's head open or whatever.
Yeah, I'm assuming it must have been the thrall,
Yeah.
because obviously the object is capable of causing a thrall even from within the hold. Otherwise, the crew members up on deck would not have been affected.
So does that mean that Alina, Morthal, and Hal are about to like throw themselves on the rock?
No, you
Okay.
give.
I
well,
hope not.
no, I mean because you're asking, and Hal is incapacitated. I can't say anything.
Cool.
But if either of the not incapacitated players was to give me an insight check
Sure. Why not?
or an arcana check.
Oh, I can do either. That is 23 for Arcana.
23?
Yep.
You can tell this is not the same thrall. The thrall that is overcoming your teammates now, it's coming from Azura. The thrall that was overtaking the crewmates before was not.
Okay, can I...
I round on Azura. What are you doing?
She can't stop singing. She does not reply to you.
Can I knock her unconscious with my staff?
Give it a go. Give me an attack roll.
Okay. Let's see, what is this? This is a 1d6 plus 1 damage. Or no, actually first d20,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
See if I hit, make sure I don't miss. Okay, 11.
11. I'm afraid not.
Darn it.
You don't get her. You are repelled by the same flash of blue magic that Hal ran into before.
Okay.
Can I try and can I use Ray of Frost on her to try and break her concentration or whatever might be happening here?
So, with the Arcana check you performed before, I mean, with give me an insight check, actually.
Insight.
Both of you, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
22.
Okay.
Save
With a
her.
22, you realize she isn't meaning to cast this. She is just
Okay.
lamenting
She might not be
by this
meaning to
statue.
cast it, but she is the source of what's going on.
True.
So can I Ray of Frost?
Is that a save or an attack throw?
No, it's just an attack.
Okay. Before you get to that, you hear the whole door open again. And you see the first mate, Coronax, walk in. And he sees that two of you are not yet enthralled, and he goes, "Oh, shame."
Fuck.
I fucking knew it.
I Ray of Frost him.
And
I
that's
snipe.
where we'll stop for now.
Okay. Oh,
Ah, fuck.
Get him!
Fucker.
bastard!
Fucker.
Oh, whoa, I'm
Look,
hearing my
look,
echo.
look, you see, this could have been avoided if you just let me take the fucking keys from the captain himself, and then we wouldn't have had to have got the first mate involved, and we could have earned ourselves a little bit of time.
Alright, well, this is the
Like, what was-
first half of this episode. I'll end it here, and then once we have got the second half up, we will pop it into an audio-only thing. So thank you very much for watching, and we will be back in a week's time to finish off this episode.
Bye.
Bye, guys!
Yeah.
That's creepy as hell.